Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Kelvin Wilson of We Do Movies and We Do TV, and I'm back with another TV show review. This one is for the Netflix Marvel series Jessica Jones. Now, this is season 2 of Jessica Jones. If you haven't seen the first season of Jessica Jones, do yourself a favor, check that out. Also, check out season 2 as well. The show stars Kristen Ritter, Rachel Taylor, Carrie-Ann Moss, Ika Darville. Now, we know that season 2 picks up sometime after the first season, but there really wasn't any mention as far as what happened in The Defenders, but they kept talking about Kilgrave. So, of course, they were just, going back to season 1 of the events that happened in Jessica Jones. Now, for those that don't know about the character Jessica Jones, it is a character that was created by Brian Michael Bendis from a comic book series called Alias Investigations, which is basically the name of Jessica Jones' private investigation firm. Now, the comic and the TV show, they kind of are similar to the point of Jessica Jones, has powers. She used to be a superhero, but then quit to become a private investigator. I won't, let you guys too much on what happened to her if you haven't seen season 1. But the comic book kind of, gets into that as well. And Jessica, she's just this tortured soul. She doesn't like to be known as a hero or like the word hero, but she does her job. She's a very good private investigator. And just like with season 1, season 2 basically just follows the exploits of Jessica, who is, once again, still drinking, still got a bad attitude, still not letting too many people in. So it's just basically typical Jessica Jones with new problems and some of her past coming back into play. I'm just going to let you guys know this. I liked Jessica Jones season 2. I didn't love it. I thought that the first season was way better than this season. And I'm going to keep bringing up the first season because I just felt like maybe the stories were a lot better. But I will give Jessica Jones season 2 props because they released it on International Women's Day. Every episode is directed by a female director. You can see that there is a strong female presence throughout this show. It was in it first season and it's definitely in it this season, especially with, the Me Too movement and everything that's happening. This is great to have a show that is taking a step forward and making leaps and bounds to create content. I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and he was telling me that one of the reasons that he felt that season 1 kind of suffered for him a little bit is because it didn't know what it wanted to be tonally. And what he meant by that is, because originally, Alias Investigations, Jessica Jones, whatever you want to call it, it's basically a noir. It's a detective story. It's a noir, but she just has dealings with a lot of superheroes, being that she is one herself. That's how the comic book is set up. It's very down to earth. It's very personable. Jessica Jones feels like she's an actual person that you would know on the streets, and that would kind of be real cool with you, who goes through these real problems. It's just that she just happens to be superpowered. And you get that feel in the show. But just like with season 1 and season 2, and I have to agree with my friend, the show tonally does not know what it wants to be. It's either 1 minute it wants to be this hard-hitting drama. Next minute, it wants to kind of be this lighthearted, somewhat funny thing. Then the next minute, it goes back to what it's originally supposed to be, a noir series. Then it gets into the superhero-y stuff. And yes, Jessica Jones does have powers. But what makes Jessica Jones great from all the other heroes, that even though she has powers, she does not see herself as a superhero. She is a private investigator. She is a private detective. And that's what works with her. It works for her because you can get into so much stuff dealing with the genre of noir. You could set up femme fatales. You could set up this. You can do so much. And the show kind of suffers because it doesn't know what it wants to be. Daredevil knows what it wants to be. Iron Fist, I think, is still struggling to try to figure out what it wants to be. And then Luke Cage, I felt like the first half of Luke Cage could have been just that. And then the second half, it went into another territory. And another thing that I've been hearing people say about that this shouldn't be 13 episodes. These shows shouldn't be 13 episodes. And at first, I was just like, I don't know. I think you have so much you can do with the story. But now I'm looking at stuff now and I'm just like, I would have to agree. I just think that some of this stuff needs to be either 8 to 10 episodes flat. I just think that maybe it gives a better sense of storytelling because some of these episodes are just straight filler and has nothing to do with the story. But I love the characters. I love the acting in this. The acting is always top notch. The only problem I think I kind of had with this season is the actress that played Trish. And I believe that actress is Rachel Taylor, a.k.a. Patsy Walker, Trish Talk. It felt like more like, just think of Iron Fist and how Iron Fist had all that stuff about the Meachums. That's kind of how I felt about Trish in this season. It just felt like it gave some of Jessica Jones more of Trish, but also Carrie-Ann Moss, who plays Jerry Hogarth, got some turns and a story arc in this too. And while I applaud everybody's story arc, Trish's story arc was just weak to me. But overall, I just thought this season was okay. And hopefully, now that we're opening up the doors with some of the Trish stuff, maybe we could see some Hellcat stuff going. But that's just my opinion about the show. What do you guys think of the second season of Jessica Jones? Hit me up on Facebook at We Do Movies or We Do TV. You can see all the reviews on We Do Movies and We Do TV, as well as my YouTube channel. And until then, we'll see you next time. Peace.